The Collegian News is brought to you in part by University Inn and Suites. Live here, save money.
UT Brownsville offers 19 online programs, 7 masters, 9 bachelors, and 3 graduate certificates. For more information, visit us at utb.edu/online.
Dean of Students wants to remind all graduating seniors of our upcoming graduation fair on March 20th and March 21st in the Barnes & Noble campus bookstore. The purpose of the graduation fair is to provide you with an opportunity to receive information concerning services and products relating to commencement. Dean of Students also wants to remind students that the deadline for SGA candidate applications is Wednesday, March 21st at the Dean of Students office. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Collegian News. I'm Melissa Ramirez.
And I'm Marlene Rodriguez.
Well, I hope you guys had a great spring break.
It's great to have you all back with us.
City of Brownsville officials are negotiating with Allied Waste to trim a rate hike on garbage collection fees. Samantha Ruiz fills us in from City Hall.
City Manager Charlie Kabler and Chief Financial Officer Pete Gonzalez told the City Commission they are meeting with Allied Waste representatives in hopes of reducing the 4.67% fee increase. City Commissioners approved Gonzalez's request to table acknowledging the increase during the March 6th Commission meeting. Gonzalez and District 1 Commissioner Ricardo Longoria explained that the item was placed on the agenda to acknowledge the increase that is included in a contract previously approved by the Commissioners.
That's good. There was a contract awarded, and some of the language in the contract specifies that there will be an increase based on a CPI increase.
Longoria said that Allied Waste is one of the only providers that comes into the city's landfill and also pays all the expenses for utilizing the area. Gonzalez said they will be using a different consumer price index scale to try and lower the rate, but wanted to inform the public of the increase that is to appear in their bill next month. The item was tabled until the next commission meeting on Tuesday. In other business, commissioners approved a resolution that adds a directional designation to University Boulevard and extends it east of U.S. Highway 7783. University Boulevard, from its intersection with International Boulevard to U.S. Highway 7783, will now be known as West University Boulevard. East Avenue, from its intersection with the highway to Elena Street, will become East University Boulevard. In a letter to City Manager Charlie Kabler dated January 11, UT Brownsville Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Alan Artabes, states that the university is trying to unify the expanding campus and newly purchased property that is adjacent to East Avenue and make it easier for residents and visitors to find. Collegian News, I'm Samantha Reese.
Texas Southmost College President Lily Tercero has met with the SGA to discuss plans for the school. Michelle Serrano files this report.
Texas Southmost College President Lily Tercero gave the Student Government Association an update on the programs the school will offer beginning in fall 2013.
Right now, one of the things we're doing is we're going through what we call the program review process.
The SGA shared its concerns with Tercero regarding issues that had yet to be cleared up, such as which buildings it will use for classes.
Approximately $25 million a year, and the most we've ever gotten in appropriations has been about $2.9 million. So there's an income, there's a stream of revenue there from rents. If they're enforceable and we negotiate really well, that would also be able to reduce the amount of operating costs for TSC.
President Tercero admitted that along with the locations of TSC classes remaining in the air, the money that could be collected from UTB from a leasing agreement was also yet to be discussed.
I don't know what will happen in regard to the leasing agreements or the agreements that we develop between now and the end of the year. We're yet to get there. So we'll see what that is, but there may be potential income there.
SGA President Arturo Guerra asked whether tuition for TSC students would drop.
You will see that most likely in fall of 13. I'm not sure if we will be able to do anything of fall 12, but I am certainly certain for sure that we will be for sure by fall 13. If it's sooner, that would be wonderful, but we're working on that right now.
Tercero did reveal TSC would be hiring in the future.
As a full community college, we're going to have a lot of openings at TSC. Not just a few, probably hundreds. And that's good news.
For the Collegian News, I'm Michelle Serrano.
Nearly 50 works were submitted for the 2012 Artopia exhibit. The juried art show recognized 5 students. Regina Miller was there.
More than 100 people attended the opening of Artopia 2012 at UTB TSC's El Gran Salón on March 5th. The show was composed of 2- and 3-dimensional pieces that range from paintings and sculpture to mixed media art. Samantha Garcia, director of the art gallery at Rustenburg Hall, judged the exhibit this year. Samantha, what were you looking for when you were critiquing the pieces?
I was looking for artwork with a lot of quality and also artwork that actually says something to me, something that captured my attention and then that I could actually stay in front of the painting or the 3D piece for a long while and actually be able to have a conversation with the piece.
Best of Show went to art education senior Adriana Rodriguez for her painting Could You Pass the Sugar? Best 2D went to art junior Juan Salias for his mixed media piece titled Niña. Best 3D to art senior Sergio Garcia for his sculpture Prana Eater. The honorable mentions were awarded to senior art major David Guerra for his painting Ecstasy, and UTB TSC communication graduate Miguel Angel Roberts for his photograph Page. Robert's parents accepted the award on his behalf. Adriana, what was your inspiration for this piece?
Well, I just recently had my senior show and it was on the violence going on in Mexico, and this happened to be one of the pieces in it.
Okay, so you would say that the violence in Mexico has been inspiring you to draw and create new art with everything that's been going on?
Yes, and this is just showing how everyone's so submissive about it because we're so used to it and it happens all the time. It's not to say that no one cares, but at the same time it seems like no one cares.
Artopia 2012, a juried art exhibit, ran from March 5th through 8th and was open to everybody. For the Collegian News, I'm Regina Miller.
Women History Month events are underway at UTB TSC. Among them is a panel discussion titled Finding Your Voice, which featured women leaders in Brownsville. The leaders offered tips on the quest for success.
Very beginning, as parents, we do not instill in our boys the importance of their responsibility as a parent. We abdicate that responsibility to the women, and we reinforce it many times by the way we raise our girls. That there are certain gender types, that these are certain, if you're a female, this is going to be your job. And, if a girl gets pregnant out of wedlock, the boy feels, encouraged to feel like, boy, they got lucky that they did not have to marry the girl or be responsible for them. And that's what's contributing to so much disparity in the ability of women to achieve in education or professionally, because even though you're educated, you have to go home and have the responsibility of the children and the household.
Talk about woman power.
Here's my co-anchor Marlene Rodriguez with this week's What's Your Beef?
What issue do you have with campus right now?
If I had an issue, it'd probably have to be with the book prices. Altogether, they probably cost just as much as my tuition. So maybe lower the prices a bit, have more used copies, and if I do return a book or I try to sell it back to them, I'd like to get a lot more than $10 for a book that cost me like $180.
Parking. There's not enough parking. Faculty says there's enough parking, but that's because they already have their own designated parking spaces. There's not enough parking for students. There isn't enough. I think it'd be best if the school invested in maybe an underground parking facility.
My issue would be with the academic advising and how it works. I feel that sometimes you don't get the right academic advisor. Other times you go and they ask you to wait for hours and hours, and then they tell you that they don't have time to see you anymore, and stuff like that happens, and I feel it's very unorganized.
What issue do you have at campus right now?
Maybe if they can open another open lab in the middle of the campus like it was on Set B, it will be better, because now if we don't have chances of getting a computer on the Oliveira, we need to walk onto the EDBC new lab. The other labs, like in north or south, I think the computers are not so good. So
Now we have sports editor Valerie Sechrist with this week's Sports Roundup.
Thanks, Melissa. Before spring break, the UTB TSC baseball team struggled to get the win over the Texas A&M International University Dust Devils, and they were defeated 15-6 in a 9-inning game. On March 20th, the Scorpions will travel to meet Texas A&M University Kingsville on the Diamond. And on March 23rd and 24th, the team will travel to face off against Northwood University in a 4-game series. Here's the play. While everyone was out at the beach soaking up the sun and having a relaxing spring break, the UTB TSC baseball team was out on the diamond every day playing against Fisher College and Wiley College. Before the break, the Scorpions struggled to get the win over the Texas A&M International University Dust Devils on March 6th, and they were defeated 15-6 in a 9-inning game. UTB TSC had 10 pitchers on the mound throughout the game. Mitch Shasma, Ryan Moy, Gilbert Hinojosa, Austin Biggerton, Baylor Biggerton, Sam Buchanan, Trevor Gustin, Brody Chamberlain, Salvador Villapando, and Zach Cordia. UTB TSC traveled to Oklahoma's Bacone College to compete in a 3-game series March 2nd and 3rd. On March 2nd, both teams met on the field for a doubleheader. UTB TSC split the doubleheader with Bacone College taking the first win. In the first game, the Scorpions defeated the Warriors 4-1, bringing their RRAC record to 10-0. In Game 2, the Warriors ended the undefeated Red River Athletic Conference record streak for the Scorpions after they defeated UTB TSC 11-10. In the final game of the series on March 3rd, the Scorpions could not recover and they collected their second loss in the conference games, making their record 10-2. The Scorpions are now 15-10 overall and 10-2 in the Red River Athletic Conference. They are now in second place in the conference behind Northwood University, which is 5-0-1. Junior pitcher Marcos de Leon was named Red River Athletic Conference Pitcher of the Week for the second straight week for February 27th through March 4th. Now, in golf, the men went to Dallas to compete in the toughest tournament of the year. They finished in 15th place. Here's what happened. The UTB TSC men's and women's golf teams are competing today and Tuesday in the Eagle Invitational hosted by Embry-Riddle University in Daytona, Florida. Earlier this month, the men's team placed 15th of 15 teams in the Wyndham Invitational Tournament at the TPC Four Seasons at Las Colinas in Irving. The team's combined score was 959 in the tournament held March 5th and 6th. In its last outing, UTB TSC won its own 5-team Senator Eddie Lucio Jr. Invitational February 19th and 20th at the South Padre Island Golf Club in Laguna Vista. The Scorpions shot a 36-hole total of 584 and beat Rogers State University by 10 shots. On March 5th, the Scorpions shot a team total of 636 after 36 holes that day. UTB TSC shot a first round 321 and a second round of 315. Adam Haley shot 80 and 74 for a 154. Eric Cavazos shot 78 and 77 for a 155. Anthony Milligan shot 79 and 84 for a 163. Marcus Cavazos shot 83 and 80 for a 163. And Vince Cavazos shot 84 and 85 for a 169. On the last day of the tournament, the Scorpions shot a 324 round, putting them in 15th place. Haley shot an 81 Tuesday for a 3-round total of 235. Eric Cavazos finished with a 238, followed by Milligan with 243, Marcus Cavazos 245, and Vince Cavazos 250. The team participated in the UST Mamiya Texas Intercollegiate, hosted by Texas Wesleyan University in Fort Worth, March 12th and 13th. That's all I have for this week on Sports Roundup. Back to you, Melissa.
Thank you, Valerie. That's all we have for this week. Thank you for joining us. I'm Melissa Ramirez.
And I'm Marlene Rodriguez.